we live? There we go. Alright, we should be live. Sup, ladies and gentlemen, Akalon here, and of course, welcome back to each and every one of you. And if you're watching this over on YouTube, please remember to hit the like button and also click the link in the description down below, because why wouldn't you watch it live? Of course, there might be a reason why you're not watching it live, because I'm streaming at ungodly hours, and I'm well aware of that. I am aware that these hours are not great. I promise. I'm working on it. Don't know what to fucking tell you. Don't know how I'm gonna fix it yet. Well, actually, I know how I'm gonna fix it. I have a plan. Just need to, it needs to come to fruition. But it's December, so that's always difficult. Chassis, how you doing, bro? Good morning to you. It's good to know that there's at least some people awake still. It is very early. I realize that. But we don't have much time other than this morning. Because, yeah, my power's going out again today. And then it's going out again this evening. So, kind of have to make it work the way that, the only way I can. Token, how you doing, brother? This world first stuff is hectic. How's your day, fam? Oh, it's been good so far. It's 5:30 p.m. here. Perfect time for me. Happy to have you here, brother. No, I have not finished the story yet. I think I'm close, although I might not be. I'm close to 70. I did play a little yesterday, in the time that I did have electricity, because yesterday was fucking hectic. Scarto, how you doing? So we were off yesterday at some point. Oh my god. I basically had 2 hours in the morning that I could play, and then the power went out. And then I had 2 hours in the afternoon, and then the power went out. And then I had 2 hours in the evening, and then the power went out. So it was like, yesterday was miserable day. But, in those 2 hour moments that I had available, I did play a little, trying to catch up, trying to get finished. We're gonna watch the cinematic anyways, the end cinematic. We'll also watch the cinematic with Ysera and Malfurion today because, yeah, I need to at least react to some stuff, We've done the bronze flight yet? That's all I need to know. No, actually. We have one more zone to go. And I think that's going to be the bronze Dragonflight. I'm basically at the end of Azure Span. I have maybe like 1 or 2 quests left in Azure Span. Same dude, I don't know why. I have a WoW sub because I can't play with this load shedding. Mealster, so I'm basically... end of the month, I'm taking out... I'm taking a significant portion of my savings. And I'm buying an inverter as well as some batteries. Because I can't afford to go fully off the grid yet. That's too expensive. I don't have that kind of money lying around. But I do have enough, I think, hopefully, to at least get backup electricity. So that when the power goes out, I'm not affected by it. I can keep streaming, I can keep making content, I can keep doing all of that shit. So yeah, I'm going budget option right now, and then hopefully that takes care of that, That's the one I'm waiting on the lore for, for the lore explosion. Okay, we'll get there. Can I come live by you? Milsey, yeah, you're welcome to, brother. You're welcome to. Gilgamesh, how you doing, bro? Mega Man, how you doing? No, you just have to make do, You have to figure out how to live off the government's grid. So yeah, busy doing that shit to try and solve the problems. Also getting an air conditioner, because this room, while streaming and playing games, is not a fun room to be in. Like, you guys don't even know this, but I told you guys the other day, this PC is like a little heater. It gets so hot in this room while we're streaming, bro. After about an hour of streaming, I'm sitting here, my back is full of sweat. Like, I can feel myself being way too hot, and there's nothing I can do because, that's just the nature of shit. So I have to get an air conditioner. Too bored? Yeah, because it's the only time we have. Either we stream now or we don't stream. It's as simple as that. If we don't stream this morning, we don't stream. Because, yeah, load shedding is getting hectic. But I promise you, hopefully, it's just for a short while still. Like, if everything goes well, hopefully we can solve this issue. And then, yeah, then we don't have to worry about jack shit anymore. I'm trying to... I wonder if that would work. Let's quickly see. It should work, no? I'm trying to run a trace route because there's definitely still something wrong with this internet. So I'm trying to run a trace route to see if that shit works. All right, running the trace route. I'm running to www.twitch.tv. I don't know if that is going to be the right one or not, but hopefully that works. Just coming to Australia. We got so much power. We supply everyone else. Token, yeah, but you guys also have spiders and shit. Like, maybe if you didn't have all of those spiders, that would be less of a problem. But since you have all of those spiders, I'm gonna say no, thank you. Like, thanks for the offer, but I don't think I'm gonna come there. Yeah, I don't think I'd be happy in Australia. Anyways, why is there so many people online already? 9 ads in a row? Fuck. Gilgamesh, I can only apologize, brother. I did play the ads myself, so hopefully you should not get any more ads. If all goes well, you should not get any more ads. Sorry, guys. We're quickly doing... we have to do some stuff. Nosdormu, NPC, shall we say. We have a spider called the Daddy Longlegs. It's the most venomous spider in the world. However, it can't bite humans and it won't bite humans. It also eats all other spiders, so just keep a couple of them around and you're all good. Oh, we have the Daddy Longlegs here as well. Like, Daddy Longlegs is everywhere in South Africa. I'm afraid of those two. It's not so much that I know it can't bite me, but they freak me the fuck out. We do have mooses and bears, but not in the city. Oh, that's Canada, right, Mega Man? Are Twitch drops enabled here? Yes, they are indeed. I don't know how long the Twitch drops are still going for, but they are enabled. You can absolutely get your Twitch drops from here. It should say at the top of your chat. Rikerson, it should say that you can get the drops. By the way, the level of venom potency is a myth. Yeah, I think I watched the I think I watched a Mythbusters episode about it. No? Yeah, according to my Twitch, so if we go into Twitch here, this is why, like, I looked at a bunch of the other WoW streamers, and all of them still have drops enabled. But if I go to my drops, okay, so if we go to the drops section here, and we scroll down to World of Warcraft over here, it says that it would come to an end. Here you go. So it's from Friday, 9 December, 10 o'clock until Wednesday, 14th of December, 1 a.m. GMT plus 2. That's my time, GMT plus 2. It's way past 1 a.m. We are heading towards 9 a.m. now. But it's still in the active drop section, open campaigns. It has not yet retired to the nevermind. Although it seems like it did. What the fuck's going on? Here you have an open campaign that's running, right? But here it says it's also part of the closed campaign. Dude, this makes no sense. I'll keep it open for now. Like, can you guys tell me if you look in chat whether or not the drops are still active? Like, can you see the drops? Because it should pop up a box over here, right? Drops. Right at the top there. It should pop up a box that says drops are active. So let's look at Vanguards. Yeah, let's head over to Vanguards and see if it pops up for me. Although I already have both, so probably no. Because I already have both, so I don't know if it's going to pop up for me. So it didn't pop up for you. There's not a box, a drop-down box that tells you. Yeah, then drops are over. Has to be. Drops are over. So we may as well... I'm gonna take this out, right? If you do get drops, you get drops. Congratulations. If you do not, you don't. And, you know, that sucks dick. But, I'm sorry to everyone that really wanted one and didn't get one. I'm playing ads now, so you can go get a drink. We're not going to do anything important until the ads are done. Well, we are going to do important stuff for me, which is make a thumbnail, but you guys shouldn't mind that. Like, I don't think it's important to you. Okay, so what facial expression will we have for our friend Nosdormu? Oh, Meals to that sucks. Also, by the way, Gilgamesh, Prime sub 6 months. Part of the DJ Nation. Appreciate you, fam. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have all so far, just waiting for fireworks. I don't have all of them. I didn't get the last mount. Like the previous one, I didn't get that one. I did get the Swift, whatever the fuck it's called. I didn't get that one. Although, I think I got it. I mean, I filled out the campaigns, but I don't know how to add it to my account. If it's automatic. Do you guys know? Is it just automatically added? Or do you have to do something after you've claimed it? Caldris, you bastard. 4 months, part of the DJ Nation. Appreciate you, fam. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, there's the thing we have to do. I completely forgot. I like to keep track of how many subs we get per day. That's wrong. All right. Okay, yeah, that works now. Yeah, I do have the wind steed. So if we go to where is it again? Not there. Notifications. My Twitch. Yeah, if we go to the inventory, I did this, right? So I claimed both of them. I'm just not entirely sure if it's just automatically added to your account or if you have to do something. Because if you have to do something, then I don't know what the fuck you're supposed to do. Yeah, I have actually Traxiton. There's another viewer, Maria the Pigeon, who basically got both of the Overwatch drops, and she got literally suspended. She got her Overwatch account suspended because she kept opening tickets saying, look, I got the drops on Twitch, but I don't have the drops in-game. And Blizzard said, no, you do have the drops in-game. And she's like, no, I don't. I'm like, yeah, you do. She's like, well, okay, I don't. You can see I don't have the skins. So what the fuck's going on? And they were like, no, get out of our sight. Just leave us. Leave us be, bitch. So I don't know if Twitch is like what exactly is going on there, but clearly something's going on. All right, what are we? Emote. Some kind of emote. I want a... that's not gonna work. No, fuck emote. See, I want a sort of, what are you hiding face. No, I never follow the Race the World First 2 board. It's boring to me. That looks like a what are you hiding face, no? Or is that not what are you hiding enough? Kale, we're quickly making a thumbnail. Wait, why are they struggling on normal? Is it really that overtuned? See, the problem is there's no "what are you hiding" emote. Fuck. That's not gonna do shit. See, that would have worked, but the hands are in the fucking way. She's difficult to normal? Shit. So Blizzard maybe did actually overtune it a little. Oh, again, if the hands wasn't in the way, that would have been the perfect face. Okay, this is, again, not working. Could that be seen as a "what are you hiding" face? Maybe? Squinty eyes, slightly parched lips. No, we're gonna watch the new cinematics soon. This is the best I have, boys. This is the best I'm gonna get. Sadly, Blizzard doesn't have a "what are you hiding" emote. I wish they did, though. Yeah, we're gonna watch all the cinematics. You guys can get to suggesting them so long. Like, literally just dump them into chat. I'll grab them as we go. Tears Pangs, how you doing? Tilt a little lower. Well, you mean like this? So give him a little bit of a tilt like this. Bangs. Make him closer. Oh, I can do that afterwards, this bang? Like, afterwards, I'll blow him up even more so that his face is more. The problem is this is as close as it will get. Like, this is the closest it will get. It doesn't help if you tilt him like this. I can only... Like, I'll pull him in here. And that should fix it. Just make him shout? Fuck that, bro. Shouting. I'm so done with shouting. I always do the shouting one. I always do the shouting one. I don't want to do the shouting one again. What's the other... Oh, fuck me. Come on, man. That was a bit annoying. Wait, where's the picture now? Oh, I dropped it somewhere else. Where the fuck did I drop that picture? No! Please tell me I dropped it in Acro Clips. Oh, so many videos in here, though. It's gonna take a while. You need to just watch all the Bronze Dragonflight videos, and then the gameplay, you need to see it in between the cinematics as well. We're gonna play the Bronze Dragonflight ones soon. I'm just waiting for this fucking thing to load. I need to clean up these drives. There's so many gigabytes of videos in here. I need to clean it up because it's taking way too long to load. Yeah, okay, so I did drop it in here. That's all I wanted to know. Okay, what kind of fuck me? Of course. Fuck. Okay, this is a nightmare. Let's start. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, yeah. I think this is fine. The gameplay is more important, however. That's the key. I'm so impatient. I'm sorry. Token, it's fine. It's fine. I'm impatient too. Don't worry about it. If I had my way, I would have been finished with the main storyline already. But obviously, you know, you make do with what you've got. And South Africa said, no, I'm not allowed to be done with the main storyline yet. I have to struggle through. So, if all goes well, we should be done with the main storyline today. If all goes well, I'm really hoping to get done with that. Because I want to start speculating, but I can't really speculate until I've done the fucking story. This is why I need to buy a battery, because... yeah, this shit is getting beyond fucking ridiculous now. And it's only going to get worse. They've already fucking said people shouldn't expect load shedding to get better. Not until... listen to this. They said that if we give it until 2027... they think they can solve load shedding.
My friend.
2027 is when they think they can solve load shedding. Now, I mean, so in other words, until 2027, we have to basically be in this limbo of never having electricity. How the fuck does that work? Gotta try to give the feed one first. Yeah, King Julian, yeah, I haven't watched it yet. You know how it works. I only ever watch videos on stream. I'll never watch them without you guys. I prefer my reactions to be live. Just move country? Bro, believe me, if it was that easy, I would. But if I'm gonna move country, I need to find someone to fucking marry. Because that's the easiest way to do it. But finding someone you want to marry that you actually get along with is very fucking hard. Because I don't want to marry someone that I don't like. But yeah, in a perfect world, I would have moved out of the country a long time ago. However, I do not live in a perfect world. So basically, you know, you just have to accept that this is the deal life made for you and make the best of it. That's all you can do in life. You can't really, like, force things. I mean, you can, but no one else likes that. So you just kind of have to accept this is what life is now. And then make that work. It's not the end of the world. I just wish I didn't have to spend fucking money on doing my government's job, you know? That's like the only thing I wish I didn't have to do. Just find a nice American girl and get your green card. Get you a green card. What nice American girl though? Like a nice cowgirl. I can go for that. She doesn't have to be a cowgirl, but she does need to have cowboy boots. That's like non-negotiable. It's a non-starter for me. If she doesn't have cowboy boots, there's not going to be a future. I live in the south. I can find you one. Nice. Yeah, nice. Okay, speaking from someone that lives in America, that's tough to begin with. Finding a nice American girl. Secondly, that doesn't sound like the best idea. That could backfire. How's that, Mega Man? Ian said that we will know the final boss of the sex pack after the first raid. Does that mean it's the Iridigron? I have no idea what the fuck you just said, Casso. And remember, I haven't watched the cinematic yet, so whatever word you just used, I have no idea what that word means. We're gonna watch the final cinematic when I'm done with this. And you guys just have to accept that this has to be done. I don't have time to do it off stream. Because if I do this stuff off stream, it means we're streaming less. So sadly, all of you are part of the fucking crew now. I'm actually doing more work on this than is necessary, I think. Because I'm not going to use this arm. But it triggers me if I don't do this. Like, this arm is going to be completely cut from the picture, but, you know. May as well make it happen. Okay, I think that's everything. I didn't miss anything, did I? No. Alright, there we go. So our friend here is good. My speculation, Murder's final boss. The other aspects regain their power in exchange for our help, but Extraza and the others help us rebuild, heal Azeroth from the damage Deathwing has caused. Boom, world revamp, 11.0. I don't think they're going to do a world revamp, but I can see that. And how you doing? Yes, I have to make a thumbnail. Thank you, man. Yeah, it is summer at the minute. It is fucking stupidly hot. Very humid. Not so much hot, just incredibly fucking humid. Alright, is it gonna give me... What's the bronze Dragonflight zone called again? Pangs, I do my question streams on Fridays usually, or, Thursdays or Fridays. So it's either going to be tomorrow or Friday. It all depends on time. We may have to do it tomorrow because of load shedding. So on Friday, we'll probably do the podcast in the afternoon session of the stream. And then I don't think we'll have time for the Q&A after. At least I don't think so. They don't have a full zone, just a sub-zone, right? Yeah, but what's that sub-zone called? I just need a picture. I don't give a fuck about anything else. I literally just need a picture. Kale, thank you. Also, I can see the stream is dropping. I can see the stream is dropping. I apologize, guys. I have no idea why it's doing that. Internet is dropping as well. That's fun. Yeah, this shit has to be fixed, man. This is fucking ridiculous. See, but it's not... Okay, so there's no frames dropping there, but the internet is dropping. I can see the internet dropping. But it doesn't say that there's a loss. So why is the internet dropping? Let's take a good picture. What would be a good picture for our friend? Have you seen WoW Will Be Dead in 5 Years video by Metagoblin? No, I have not. Is it worth a watch? There's another picture that I actually kind of liked for this. This one? Let's go for this. Fuck it. Asman reacted to it and interviewed him. All right. Well, then we'll give it a watch. I mean, it's a pretty bold claim. Not gonna lie. That's a very bold fucking claim. Well, I was gonna die in 5 years? Jesus. Talk about You know, being incredibly specific. Not sure if I would be that specific, but you know, maybe the dude has a reason for being so specific. Not gonna lie, I don't like it. God reactions even funnier because he actually talks about them during the reaction. He claims he either did or incredibly reduced player base. Off to work, mate. Have a nice stream. Gilgamesh, take care of yourself, brother. Thanks so much for hanging out, man. So the video, I could only handle a few minutes. It was so off base. Well, we'll watch it and we'll see. I don't like this picture. Gonna have to figure out. After he gets done reacting to the video, he brings him on stream to talk about the video. No, before we go, I need to... I think I have an idea. Really? Really? Me, man. Why? Oh, there we go. That works. I guess. No. Just deselect that. And deselect that. Okay, let's see if this actually works. Shall we? I might have to flip it horizontally. Just so we can do... this instead. Does that look better? Traxton, read you what? The temporal conflux. Yeah, I read what you said. What do you mean? Did you finish the campaign? No, not yet. We're just quickly doing some work, and then we'll do the campaign. Some work and reactions. And then after that, we'll jump into the campaign. Dark Horse, how you doing, bro? I think WoW was headed in the right direction with gameplay and systems, but I can't take another Zubal and Sylvanas. I don't think we will get another Zubal and Sylvanas. It really does appear as if Blizzard have learned their lesson. Like, I could be wrong, obviously, but it feels like Blizzard have learned their lesson. Trading station, well, no. Traxton, I appreciate this, bro. I'm not sure if I, like, need this, though. This looks fine. Let's see after I've fiddled with this a little. If I still need to, like, change the background. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Give it a lot of brightness so we can apply a lot of contrast. We'll do a bit of vibrance, but also a bit of saturation just to make it pop a little. Like so. And then we'll do this. Filter. Let me pause. Let's do a vivid light on that. Now let's do some backdrop, some shadow, but I need the shadow to probably be a lot larger. I also need the shadow to... fuck. Yeah, I need the shadow at a different angle. That's a good angle, actually. Just get a bit closer so I can fucking see what I'm doing. I might need the spread a little less. Actually, I think that's fine. Distance is a bit much. Just like that. Should be good. And an inner glow. Just to make it pop a little more. What do you think? Does that pop or not really? EVE Online. Yeah, I can't play that. I don't have the fucking patience for it. So well done to you. Do you like making these or just nobody to do it for you? Mobius, I fucking hate making these. No, I despise making it. I despise editing my own videos, but I don't have an editor, so you know, is what it is. You just have to make do. That's pretty good. Pops more now. Yeah, I guess. I wish I could make it look even better, but I don't have the skill. So now we're just going into text. So what do we type for this? Would you consider doing the campaign before the reactions to the storyline cinematics? It wouldn't take that long, and I know how special it was for me both times. Finishing the storyline and seeing the cinematic with the context and the gameplay. I feel for you, fam, and your power situation. I might have to. I don't know. I had to retire from EVE. Didn't have the time for the war. Jesus. When I tried my YouTube channel for Mech Warrior Online, my wife, who is not even remotely a gamer, would make a lot of my thumbnails. Nice. Yeah, I mean, look, if you, like, I am in the market for an editor, so if any of you know of someone that wants to be an editor, it's a pretty straightforward profit split. 60-40, you get 60%, I get 40%, and you're in charge of all uploads and videos on the Clips channel. But I don't want to fucking see anything. I don't want to do anything. I'm streaming, you make the fucking content. Is Nosdormu hiding something big? That was a question that I got during the last Q&A. So I'm just doing the thumbnail for it. People were asking about Nosdormu and the opportunity or the chances of him becoming Morozond, how exactly that would work. So I'm just trying to figure out maybe I could do something really weird. Let's see. I'm gonna have to nail this, though. Make that really big. The part can be much smaller, like so almost. And then secret will beef up a little, but we don't need it to be much bigger than the big part. The big has to be the biggest. Now the question becomes, do we want a central alignment, a side alignment, or... See, central alignment don't always work on the side. It works better if it's in the middle. I think we know all the aspects are probably hiding one thing or another. True. Very fucking true. I think we're gonna have to do this. The big secret. Okay, now for the color. The color gradient. Let's go for a... Start with a yellow. And then we'll work our way up. See if the yellow stands out enough, shall we? Phew, that big is a bit big. And it looks a little weird. You think that looked good? Or do you think this looks better? Which one would you guys prefer? So would you prefer to the left side? Anchor to the left? Anchor to the center? Or anchor to the right? Left aligned. Alright, I'm trusting you, chat. If this video doesn't do well, you guys owe me money. Jokes on you, I'm poor? Fuck. That's fine, bro. Blanket, how you doing? See, now the question is, does the big stand out enough? Now it does. Am I happy with this? Shall we just let it go? Let the chips fall as they may? Yeah, let the chips fall where they may. Fuck it. I'm done. I hope this is good enough. All right. I think you did fine. Kale, thank you very much. I'm still working on the whole clickbait thing. It is so annoying to do clickbait correctly because you have to walk that very fine line between too far clickbait. Now you've basically you're losing subscribers, and not enough clickbait. No one's clicking on the video. See, the thing with Nosdormu that makes Nosdormu really interesting, Nosdormu cannot become Morozond until Nosdormu becomes the aspect once again, because Morozond is the aspect of the infinite Dragonflight, which means that Nosdormu right now has no problem, has no risk of becoming Morozond, but Nosdormu, once becoming the aspect, could indeed become the aspect of the infinite. My hot take is still Rathian joins the Incarnates before the end to become what his father was meant to be, like he told Raz, with us knowing the Incarnates are what dragons were meant to be. I can see that. The only thing that might interfere with that is Blizzard's love for Rathian. Like, there's a chance that Blizzard decides, nope, don't want to do that, because they kind of like Rathian. Counter, getting their aspect power back causes him to turn. Mobius, so this is where I sort of, this is where I agree with you. I don't think it's a counter to my theory. It's more a case of Nosdormu, in the final moments before he becomes the Aspect, is in danger of being killed. Rather than accepting his death, he instead forces the power of the Aspects to, like, he forces the ritual. He becomes the Aspect, but in that moment, due to how he becomes the Aspect, his soul is twisted. And this twists and turns him into Murozond. Now, I think, if you want my speculation on how Murozond is born, because we don't actually know that, the only thing we know about the prophecy is that Nosdormu, in the moment of his death, refuses to die and then becomes Murozond. But if you look at what Murozond does, Murozond is the aspect of the infinite Dragonflight, and they destroy the timeline so that there is only one timeline, and that Murozond is the only aspect of that timeline. So what if Nosdormu goes around multiple timelines and collects the essence of the other Nosdormus in those timelines in order to empower himself enough to become the Aspect? And this is what births Murozond. Turn to go to Incarnate and Sibelian becoming the Aspect. I don't know if I want Sibelian to be the Aspect.
Our struggle as artists isn't about appeasing the crowd. Rather, it's about tending to the broken parts inside of ourselves. We create things as...
The thing is, I think Abyssian would be a much better Aspect. I wonder if Rathian Sibelian or one of the Incarnates pull a Deathwing and call on the Void to try and beat us. Well, you're now assuming that Sibelian hasn't been, like, Void corrupted since the beginning. Because even Alexstrasza suggests that she does not trust Sibelian. Because she doesn't know how he actually... like, how he actually broke free from the... Void corruption. Because he would have been corrupted at that point already. So, the Fresh, how you doing? But what if this is the point? Blizzard is giving us that choice, mainly because we will see both of them descend into petty squabbles as a result of that choice. See, this text is not standing out enough. Yeah, this text is not doing the right things. Might have to choose a different yellow, because the orange does not become yellow enough. Okay, that's much more yellow. We go into curves and we again... yeah, we do that. Always go bigger. I don't know if we need to go bigger. I think we're big enough at the minute. Like, I'm almost certain we're big enough. Just need to do a bit of perspective scaling. A bit of a turn. Now comes a big question. Do we put them... do we put the big secret below him? Or behind him? To make it look like he's at the front? Or do we put it in front of him. Zafarak, how you doing, brother? Was just sneaking in here before now, going to work. Nice, dude. Enjoy work, man. Where would you put this? In front of him or behind him? You'd put it in the front. Alright. I'm trusting you guys. Yeah, I definitely like this more. Definitely like this more. Also do a white border on it. Borders tend to not work well anymore. What you mean on the big secret part? You do a white border on the big secret. That usually makes it so much harder to read, though. Like, we can do it, but it usually makes it super hard to read. So you're basically talking about a stroke. You see that? You see what a stroke does to it? Good morning. Something good came out of needing to be up early to call the Dr. Fairy Star. Good morning to you. Yeah, I don't know if I like white borders. They look miserable. Like, you go like that. You think that's too much, Mobius? No, man. That's good. Like, right, just like this. Easy. At least the big is standing out then. Like, no one can say they can't see the big part. I don't know if I should fuck with this. The fuck? Turquoise border. I don't know how to do turquoise. What do you mean bigger? You want big to be bigger. You want this to be this big. See, I don't like this. I'm definitely not a fan of... I don't know if stroke really works. Where is Anduin at the moment, and what is he doing? I mean... I don't really know. Man, he's either still in the mall, walking around looking for something, or I have no idea. See, it's all about what can you read. And I feel like a white border around a yellow outline makes it very difficult to read. It almost takes away. Like, I'd rather do the inner glow. Because I think that looks better. It's nice and clean. No, it's nice and clean. I think so, at least. Wait, why am I doing this? Did we not already save this? I feel like we have saved this. Or am I wrong? No, we haven't. So I still have to do this. Okay. Perspective. Like that. That looks good. This is what it would look like on mobile. Very small. And this is what it would look like on PC. Just good enough, I think. Alright, let's export this shit. Right, back to the video. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm happy with this. All right, now I need the cinematics. So this is the finale, the Razageth finale cinematic, and this is the post-raid in-game cutscene. But I also need, there's another cinematic that we need to watch. What's it called? Yeah, I already have that one, Traxiton. It's the Ysera cinematic. What's it called? Too early. Do not be paid for this. But you're still awake, Apocalypse. You didn't just wake up. What's the cinematic for the green Dragonflight called? Wait, what the fuck?
Here's how to cut an onion the Michelin star way. This was a super highly requested video, so I thought I'd show you guys how to do it. For home uses, I think it's...
Bro, why did you... Just go get new glasses, motherfucker.
It's pretty impractical, it's pretty wasteful, but if you work in a Michelin star restaurant, this is the way they're gonna teach you, just so every cut is like perfect. To the battle station. So I've got 3 containers here, one for trash, one for the finished product, one for any trim or loose pieces. I'll show you the Michelin star way first, and then I'll show you 2 easier options, better.
The one about Ysera, that's the one I want to see.
You cut the onion in half as well as both ends off. Then you quarter the onion and take out the first couple layers and save that for trim. What you're doing here is working in 2-3 layers at a time, and you're gonna cut the ends off so it lays flat. From there you can cut perfect juliennes, and from there you can cut perfect brunoise. I personally haven't been sent home for imperfect onions, but I've seen it happen once to someone else. I have been sent home for not labeling things correctly, and looking back it's funny and ludicrous, but in the moment the shame is crippling. But in that setting, I kind of understand there's a certain standard you have to work at when you're charging $300-400 for a single dinner. The idea behind cutting onions so finely is that you're sweating it down so that it quite literally melts into the sauce. Maybe you're making a pan sauce for chicken or a hollandaise for eggs benedict. Now this is a pretty good brunoise, but I'll go even finer just to show you what some chefs want.
Dude, this guy's going mince level. Like, that's mince.
This next method is what I do at home if you still really want nice cuts. I'd still quarter and work in layers, but I wouldn't even bother trimming the ends. And this might be my favorite way because you don't need a sharp knife at all to do this. This third method here is what I do at home. You cut your onion in half, but you leave the root end out.
Used to listening to you talk about gaming and story. I opened the stream and watching onion cutting. Nick Buck, how you doing, bro? Saw the video on my own page. Wanted to see what it looks like to cut Michelin star onions. So... yeah, it's random shit. I like random crap. It's too fine though. Like, fuck me, that's a lot of work. I wouldn't do all that work for, you know, onions. Fuck. Why would you not want to taste onions? What's wrong with the taste of onions? What's wrong with the texture of onions? There's nothing wrong with it. You can absolutely, like... I think it's fine. Alright, so this is the Ysera Return cinematic. Alright, boys, I was hoping that I'd be able to watch these cinematics in-game instead of having to watch them on YouTube and not even having done the storyline accompanying them. The problem is that thanks to my electricity, I've been able to play literally the bare minimum amount, because I basically no longer have electricity. I have like pockets of electricity. I have more times that I don't have electricity than times that I do. So yeah, we're not even finished with the main storyline yet. That's how horrible things have been going. But yeah, let's see what the Ysera returns. So I just want to make it clear, we knew that this was coming even before the game came out, because we had a leak about this stuff happening, and we spoke about it at the time. And I remember at the time, a lot of people were very upset over this. So I apologize if you're one of those people that were just very, very upset about it. But, you know, there's nothing I can do about it.
Champion!
Fuck. Okay. So, this guy is not strong.
This seed is everything. So many beloved souls
She's holding it like a baby.
entrusting their fate, their hopes to us.
Are we certain it will be safe?
Come. Here, by Elune's grace, this gift will be kept hidden from those who would wish it harm.
Hidden? That's
Yet the
never
time
good.
will come
Bro,
when it
that's never good. Why are you hiding it? Like, every single time in World of Warcraft, when you hide something, it gets found by the enemy. And then the enemy corrupts it or uses it for things. Just use it now. Build yourself a new tree. Be done with it. This is just a recipe for disaster.
must leave the cradle of the dream and take its place in our world.
And when it does, its protection will fall to us.
Wait, what did you just say there?
Here, by Elune's grace, this gift will be kept hidden from those who would wish it harm. Yet the time will come when it must leave the cradle of the dream and take its place in our world.
Oh, okay.
And when it does,
Okay, so no.
its
For a second there, I thought that by planting it in the dream, it will eventually manifest on Azeroth. But her voice line suggests that, no, we can literally just go take it and take it to the real world. For now, let's just keep it safe.
protection will fall to us.
My beloved Kaldorai, all you have suffered, all you have given, will not be in vain. This I swear to you.
What is it, my love?
Just a feeling that this time will be different.
It's already growing. Fuck. All right, we're growing a tree.
Your flight needs you. We need you. Whatever the price may be for your return to Azeroth, name it.
Tyrande,
Tell us.
it's me. I must be the one to stay.
What?
Ysera knows this, though she would never ask it of me.
No. We will find another way.
When she gave her life for mine in Val'sharah, it was not her time. And now, the balance may be restored.
Then I will stay as well. Chandris and the others can...
Tyrande, should everything we hope come to pass, the Kaldorei will need you.
I am so tired, Malfurion. Do not ask this of me. After everything we have endured.
My
The only thing that pisses me off about this is how criminally underutilized Malfurion has been literally since the start of World of Warcraft. Malfurion in his prime, Malfurion even at half power, is one of the most powerful beings on Azeroth. Like the level of this man's power is ridiculous. And the issue is we have never seen that power come to fruition. He's never used his full power, except for maybe almost once in the books. So in the early books, we sort of saw the immense power that he had. And then in the short story before BFA, where Saurfang tries to fight Malfurion and realizes there's no point. Like, the Earth itself fights against you when you fight Malfurion. Malfurion could literally have... This is the problem. Because even in the game, you see the fight between Sylvanas and Malfurion. The issue with this is Malfurion could probably kill Sylvanas without breaking a sweat. Like, seriously, without breaking a sweat. Even if Saurfang wanted to help, if they really wanted to portray Malfurion's power to its fullest, Sylvanas would shoot a couple of arrows, Malfurion would literally call on the roots of Earth, it would drag Sylvanas under the Earth, and then he would just kill Saurfang, and it would be the end of the fucking game. It would be the end of that storyline, at least. So I understand why Blizzard is retiring Malfurion, because they've never been able to figure out what to do with his power. He's too powerful to really put in the game, because, well, any problem we have, just call Malfurion, he'll solve the issue. So they can't really use him. I just hate that they did it this way. It's a nice send-off, don't get me wrong. I like it. It has all of the emotional strands that you need. It's very cool that Tyrande spends these last few seconds sort of begging him not to ask this. She's lost so much already, and now she needs to lose the love of her life. It's like, she really can't do this. She needs him not to ask this of her. And he's still doing it. It's just sad that this is how it happens.
love, you have always been the strength of our people. They will follow you ever onward, and you will never be alone.
The only thing that would make this cinematic better is if Illidan just jumped out there, like behind that tree, just jumped out from behind that tree and went, "Oh yeah, I've got her, brother. Don't worry about it. I'll keep her safe."
Until I see you again, I will dream of the night we may truly rest together.
back, boys. Ready to come back? Yeah, pretty much. So for those of you that don't quite understand why this trade had to happen, we don't know exactly why, but it has something to do with Lady Fate or the Sisters of Fate. Back in Legion, I believe it was a raid in Legion, although I don't remember which raid it was. But during that raid, there was a voice line about the Sisters of Fate. Suggesting, I remember we made a lot of speculation videos on this at the time, because for the first time ever, there's a suggestion that Fate is an actual being, and that there's a book of Fate, and that basically all of the happenings within the world is recorded within this book, and Fate ensures that this book, that the rules adhere to the book as much as possible, or that reality adheres to the book as much as possible. So this is why this had to happen. It was Malfurion's fate to die in Val Shara, and Malfurion survived, obviously, because Ysera gave her life to save his. Now, fate demands that Malfurion take his place inside Ardenweald so that Ysera can come back, because that is what fate wants. I wish Blizzard did a little bit more to sort of solidify that fate is the one asking this, but it might also be that Blizzard may have sort of doubled back on that idea, that they decided, no, you know what, the whole Lady Fate thing would be a little convoluted and too condensed, so let's keep that on the back burner for now. Let's not go too deep into it. So that might be why they didn't put more onus on it. But as far as I can tell, that is why this is happening. At least that's what the leak suggested at the time. Fucking hell. Never mind. Dude, the green Dragonflight doesn't take shit from anyone. Like, they might not be the strongest of the Dragonflights, but they're not weak. This was a cool cinematic. All in all, really enjoyed it. Obviously I do have my issues with it, but I think there's a lot of lore strands here that can be really, really cool. So I do like it. Come back because there must always be a Storm Rage. Fuck. No, bro. Let's not go there. So which one do I'm probably going to watch the finale cinematic first, no? So we'll watch the Razageth finale cinematic, and then we'll watch the post-raid cutscene.
You do not fathom what dragonkind was meant to be. But you will. Go. Tell them we will scour this world of the Titan's stain.
So before we continue, because we've already seen this one, but Razageth is already a better villain than Zuval. Now, here comes the rub as to why that is. Because Razageth is also introduced for the first time in this expansion, and all the way back in Shadowlands, I made the claim that you cannot introduce a villain into the story and then, expect players to care. Like, you can't just introduce them and then make them a big deal and players will care. And I'm proven wrong with the introduction of Razageth. But the reason Razageth is a better villain than Zuval is because none of Razageth's goals is obscured. Like, Razageth doesn't lie. Razageth isn't trying to play some 5D chess game. Razageth tells us within the first few seconds of meeting her what she wants to do, how she's going to do it, and why we should be afraid of her. And this immediately gives players a reason to, well, like Razageth, but also not like Razageth, because, you know, it's going to be an issue. So really well done from Blizzard on Razageth being the first villain of this expansion. Now, since there is a Razageth finale cinematic, I'm assuming that Razageth dies rather early on, but this gives us, you know, this means that the other elemental or the primal incarnates and so on and so forth, hopefully they're dealt with in the exact same manner.
Let the storm be the harbinger of our return.
It is done. We stopped her.
Did you, though?
No. The damage is too great. They're about to...
Oops.
Sister, what have they done to you?
Oops.
Death demands vengeance.
Oh!
Who betrayed Dragonkind to the Titans will face our wrath.
Khadgar, we cannot win this fight. We have to get out of here!
That was fucking close, bro. This is now, well, the third time. Is it right? So Razageth first said that the dragon aspects have betrayed Dragonkind. Okay.
Those prison orbs that exploded, why do they have a style similar to Zerath Mortis?
Because they were built by the Titans. And Zerath Mortis was built by the first ones, who's the parents of the Titans. So they would have similar build styles. It's not really that they're similar to Zerath Mortis. They're similar to Titan structures everywhere. Zigzags, thanks for the 50 bits, dude. Really appreciate that. So, first Razageth says that the dragon aspects betrayed Dragonkind to the Titans. Then, of course, we have now... was that Iridicron? Yeah, Iridicron is the fire elemental dragon, no? But so we have the primal incarnates as a rule, believing that the dragon aspects betrayed the dragons to the Titans. And then we have another one, which I think a lot of people probably don't remember. But if you read The Dawn of the Aspects, like, just reread it if you haven't already. It's very cool now that we see Dragonflight. Read it. It's really cool. But Deathwing believes that they betrayed the dragons to the Titans. Like, Deathwing believes that the Titans betrayed them. That the gift, so to speak, of the dragon aspects were not gifts at all. Deathwing calls them prisons. So there's a scene in the book where Thrall is inside the planet. He's inside Azeroth, and he's inside this hole in Azeroth. And Thrall is basically face-to-face with Deathwing. And Thrall and Deathwing, in this conversation, Deathwing basically tells Thrall that everything Thrall sees, everything Thrall thinks he knows, is a lie. None of it is true. And that he will be the one to put things right. He will, the same as Razageth and them, destroy all elements of the Titans on Azeroth. That's Deathwing's plan. He needs to destroy every trace of the Titans on Azeroth. Why? That's the big question. Why do the Incarnates, the Primalists, why do they believe that the dragon aspects, because it's not so much the dragon aspects, it's the it's the Titans' role that they played in the creation of the dragon aspects. So it's the Titans that they hate, and they hate the dragon aspects because the dragon aspects exist due to the Titans. But what exactly is it? What happened that should not have happened according to the primal incarnates? Have they revealed who was stronger, the elementals, or the primalists? Okay, so we know. I'm not entirely sure, Thromko, what you're asking there, because we know that the primal incarnates are stronger than the aspects. Now, if you're asking the elemental lords or the primal incarnates, I would have to say the elemental lords are probably stronger than the primal incarnates, just because the primal incarnates are the kids of the elemental lords, because the dragons, or the proto-dragons at least, were born from the elemental forces, right? So the elemental lords rule over the elements. The proto-dragons came from the elements, or the elemental planes, although they could probably be stronger now, but they do use the power of the elements, so I don't think they could fight the elemental lords. On top of this, Odin agrees with the primalists. Yeah, Odin is another one, right? Who don't quite, I guess, believe in the mission of the Titans. Odin is another one. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to make of it. It's going to be interesting to see how the story plays out, because yeah, there's a lot of things that don't make immediate sense to me. Well, I'll probably have to wait and see, I guess. Yeah, I meant the lords, but lore-wise, shouldn't we be much stronger since we beat up the lords ages ago? But I get what you mean. Well, we've beaten the lords, that's true, but we never really killed them. I think they return to the elemental plane when you kill them. And I'm not sure if you were to fight one of the elemental lords inside the elemental plane, that could be difficult. Because so far, we've only really beaten them when they break free of their prisons. Because technically, the elemental planes are still prisons. The Titans literally closed it off. So it is possible that if we were to venture into one of these elemental planes, there we would have a very, very hard time trying to kill the elemental lords. Can't be trusted. Aspect's bad idea. Odin was against empowering them. True. I think we already watched.
My friend.
Oh, we haven't watched this yet. No, you're right. Yeah, this is another cinematic we have to watch. That's true. Someone asked, who was it that asked about Andrew Tate? Mapanu, how you doing, bro? What do you think about Andrew Tate? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know enough about Andrew Tate to have an opinion on him. I do think that I think he's a bullshitter, if you ask my personal opinion. Like, I don't really give a shit about the whole, oh, he's a misogynist or whatever the fuck. I don't care. The dude, like, he obviously has what he believes is the perfect woman. And, if he finds a girl like that wants to live that way, that's their choice. I don't really give a shit. Everyone has different ideas of what they think the perfect woman should look like. I just don't think he's a good role model. I think anyone that looks at Andrew Tate and sort of thinks, this is the kind of guy that I want to model my life after. I mean, the dude was a fucking pimp. Like, if you want to talk about moral fiber and moral structure, I would not say that that's the best, the best you can do. I think there's better ones out there. But yeah, overall, I don't know enough about the guy to have much of an opinion outside of that. In Kata, we killed 2 lords because they were by Titans bound to elemental planes. But Irricon is the Earth incarnate. What are you saying, King Julian? What's your fucking point? There was a cinematic leading to the raid between Raz and Alex that had some good stuff attached to it. I think you'll like. Link it to me, please. Doc, yeah, I think. Look, I think it's no secret that young men is in trouble, right? Let's not make a secret of this. Young men are very much in trouble. On the one side, they have people telling them that to be a man is to be toxic and that they should be more like women, which is obviously not possible because that's why they're men and not women. There's also no one that really teaches them how to be men. In the past, we had rituals, which is very interesting. If you go back, almost every tribe in the history of humanity had some kind of ritual, usually around the age of 12 to 14, where a boy would go through a ritual. And if the boy could complete the ritual, the boy would then become a man. This was where the boy was taught how to deal with hardship, how to hunt, how to survive. Usually, tribes in Africa, for example, would send their sons out for, I believe, a month without any food or water, and they had to make do. And if they returned, they were now capable of joining the tribe as a man. We no longer have anything like that. I'm not saying we should send our kids out to go survive or some shit, but no one teaches boys how to be men anymore. So a lot of the young boys in our world is very broken and trying to figure out who they should be. And this is why whenever you have someone like Andrew Tate coming along that clearly has money, however he made that money doesn't seem to matter to many people, but, he has the money, he looks successful on the surface. Now you have a bunch of young boys that is desperately seeking for some value, some truth to their place within the world, and they navigate towards people like Andrew Tate, because he's at least he's speaking to what they're feeling. They feel lost. They feel like they don't have a place. They feel like they're not being valued in our society because, let's be fair, men are not valued in our society. The vast majority of people spend most of their time criticizing men, which is actually quite interesting. Women are allowed to criticize men to no end. A man, on the other hand, as soon as a man criticizes a woman, he is a misogynist or he's hateful. If a woman criticizes another woman, then she has internal misogyny. So women can say whatever the fuck they want about men. Men can say whatever they want about men, but no one can say anything about women. Which, of course, leads to a whole different problem because you have young girls that's just as fucking unhappy now because they don't know how to live. They don't know what true happiness or a fulfilling life looks like. But people like Andrew Tate comes along and he seems to have an answer to the problem that young boys are facing. And he's the last person that any boy should be listening to. But if no one else is even willing to admit that there's a problem, what the fuck are you going to do? So that's my opinion on Andrew Tate. I mean, women who are super shitty, you can talk bad about, i.e. Cassie Anthony. I don't know who the fuck that is, Huckles. Thanks for the first time chat, dude. Really appreciate that. I mean, sure, there are people that you can say. Well, actually, from what I can tell, if she's a Republican, you're allowed to say bad things about her. But if she's a Democrat, you're not allowed to say bad things about her. Because it does appear as if the Democrats can say bad things about the Republican woman, but not vice versa. Now, as someone that doesn't care for either one of those parties, I think both sides have some truly terrible women in them. But, it is what it is. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. True. She murdered her children in Florida and got away with it. Jesus. Okay, yeah, she is a fucking moron. To go out. What's happened in the last 20 minutes? We've watched some WoW cinematics. We're talking about Andrew Tate and people. And we're going to watch some more WoW cinematics in a second. No, I do think we have a serious problem, guys. Before we continue with the gaming. I don't want to spend too much time on this. But we do have a serious problem in this world. We have girls and their suicide rates is at an all-time high. More girls are killing themselves now than ever before in the history of humanity. Boys and their suicide rates are through the fucking roof. Like, boys are killing themselves left, right, and center. Something's wrong. Our young men and women are not fucking happy. Something's wrong. Now, the funny thing about all of this is we can sort of start tracing the suicide rates and we can look at the suicide rates and we can say, well, it seems to be going or trending upwards, from about the 1960s. This is where we see the suicide rates for both men and women start to trend upwards ever so slightly. And then we see a massive spike around the early 2000s. So around the mid to early 2000s, when social media was just starting to come out, we see a massive spike. So this suggests to us that there are two things that's playing into this. The first is the current world philosophy on the place of men and women within society is wrong because it's not leading to happiness for either of the sexes. The other is that social media is causing it is a storm that is destroying our young people. And perhaps, just perhaps, the idea that, you put your entire life out there and you can live your life whichever way you fucking choose and screw everyone else, maybe that is not the right idea. Maybe that's not the right way to live your life. Just perhaps, I don't know. Although most people will say the answer to the problems is just more of what we've been doing up until now. There's no one to teach them how to be men or women. There's no divide. There's the more we make each other the same, the more we lose all uniqueness. Man, the funny thing is, and the data shows so fucking clearly, in countries that is the most egalitarian, so this is where you go to your Nordic countries, Scandinavian countries, in countries where people are the most equal, their decisions are the most different. Which is really funny, because it seems like whenever you have very little equality, people will choose sometimes very similarly. So they'll choose very similar lifestyle choices, they'll choose very similar career choices and things like that. But the more equal you try to make a society, the more different they choose. So in Scandinavian countries, for example, the overwhelming majority of nurses are women, and more women want to become nurses. The overwhelming majority of men are engineers, and more men want to become engineers than women. And it just literally, you can almost predict this. And it just plays out exactly the same every single time, no matter how much they try to make it more equal. So clearly, humans are not as programmable as people think. Sadly, it comes all from the broken families and all the trauma from childhood no one is addressing, but feeds into fears and insecurities through hate via media. I think we have a lot of problems that is plaguing our world right now, but I don't know how good I am at solving those. Because I mean, I know enough to sort of have an opinion on this stuff, but obviously don't know enough to fix it. Nor would I want to fix it. If you fuck that up, that's a big problem. World also feels a very hopeless place right now. Younger generations will be less well off than their parents for the first time in decades. Yeah, but of course they would. This is what corporatism gets you. When you have the government and the corporations in bed with each other, guess what? People get poorer, and the rich people get richer. That's just how it goes. Anyways, fuck it. Let's stop talking about real life stuff. There's another cinematic here that you guys have told me about. It's that Extraza and Razageth cinematic. This isn't the one from the Quest campaign, I'm assuming.
I owe you my thanks. You have helped the Dragonflights remember our calling. With the Oath Stones renewed, we can finally reclaim our aspectral power. This has to work. Nothing? But the Oath Stones were renewed. How is this possible? Seems your titans abandoned you. Razagath! What have you done?
You proved yourself unworthy. All on your own. Queen of the Dragons. Now, it is our time.
I wish they would just play with the levels a little. Like, why must Razageth's voice be so quiet against the music? That is really annoying. But very interesting. Do we believe Razageth here, chat? When Razageth says that this was your own doing, this was not me, I did not interfere here, I didn't keep the power from you, I didn't sabotage this, you are just no longer worthy of that power. Do we believe her, or do we think, no, she probably did interfere and just makes it out to seem like the Titans have abandoned her? Because I would say it's not obvious to me that the Titans would abandon them. Because the Titans clearly still have a goal and a purpose for Azeroth. And the dragon aspects play an important role within that goal. So I'm not entirely sure that they would just abandon them straight up. I think with everything that has happened, the aspects, I would believe her. Maybe they're still missing something. Maybe Razageth truly didn't interfere. Maybe really Razageth didn't sabotage anything. Maybe the aspects are still just missing something. We know that they're looking for the disc. I believe it's not the disc of Norganon, is it? Yeah, it is one of the discs of Norganon that they're looking for, because it holds some kind of power that might help them become aspects again. So that might be the thing. They're still missing a core ingredient of it. I don't think they abandoned them on purpose. I just don't think them giving up their powers when they did was part of the Titans' plan. Yeah, but the Titans almost always have contingency plans. Giving up their power made them unworthy? Maybe, but they had to give up their power because their entire reason for having that power in the first place was to give up that power to stop the Hour of Twilight. That's literally why they had that power. They're now seeking to get that power again. So, if anything, them sacrificing their power to stop Deathwing would have made them worthy of that power, because they did exactly what the Titans made them for. Algalon was the contingency plan. Maybe they could go ask Algalon, look, how can we become dragons? Dude, that would be cool. Imagine having to go back to Algalon and have a conversation about him, about how the Titans or how the aspects can once again become aspects. So, Ace the Base, they wouldn't. The Primalists would never have, ever have visage forms. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. And here's why. The dragons, or the aspects, take on visage forms because it makes mortals feel more comfortable in their presence. Mortals tend to feel a little bit standoffish whenever there's massive dragons around, and so they go into these visage forms in order to make mortals feel a lot more comfortable around them. Again, the WoW books are full of examples of this, where the dragons, whenever they're in front of mortals, they go into these visage forms because, you know, they don't want to make people uncomfortable. The Primalists have no such issues. It's also not entirely, it's not entirely known to us whether proto-dragons would even have the ability to go into a visage form. They are proto-dragons after all, meaning they are primordial dragons. They are the original dragons, the pure dragons, so to speak, without the influence of outside magic. Because the Titan's magic on Azeroth is very much an outside magic. It's not magic that was naturally found on Azeroth, whereas the Primalists, they're very much made up of the natural elements of Azeroth, the natural pure power of Azeroth. So it could be that they've never had the ability to have these visage forms. Wasn't there some kind of thing about the moon that was required to pass aspect powers in Kata with Kaligos? So we know that Elune observed Kaligos. Well, Elune blessed Kaligos so that he could become the aspect. So it is possible that in order for them to become aspects again, they would need to reach out to Elune. Because for some reason, don't know why, but Elune seems to be far more powerful than anyone wants to let on. So yeah, there is a possibility of that, of course. You think Azeroth is cut off from the Titan's power, or is something going on the seat of the Pantheon? Kale, I don't think Azeroth ever had access to the powers of the Pantheon or of the Titans. I think the Titans did a bunch of things to Azeroth that Azeroth didn't want to happen to her, but Azeroth herself isn't part of that. Azeroth is just the recipient of it. Yeah, they did butt stuff to her. Sad but true. All right, so you guys wanted to watch the Razageth post-raid in-game cinematic as well, so let's see this.
My friends, we sensed a great upheaval beneath the earth and feared the worst.
We barely survived. Razageth is dead, but
her kin have been freed.
Yep, bad luck, boys.
Nasdorma?
What is it?
The Time Ways. They are chaotic, but still obscured. A dark future looms on the horizon.
We haven't long to prepare for their onslaught.
Razageth's reckless haste cost her life, and they will not make that mistake again. They will regain their strength and choose their next moment carefully.
then we must take the fight to them. Strike before they are recovered.
That will be difficult. Iridikron's mastery of the Earth will harbor them and keep them out of our reach.
What is it about this Iridikron that vexes you so?
Of the three that remain, Viranath and Farak were ever loyal to the Incarnate's ideals. But it was Iridikron who truly embraced the war. The last captured, and the most difficult to contain.
At the end, he struck terrible bargains to keep their cause alive.
What bargains?
His violent desperation makes him dangerous. I believe the other Incarnates never knew.
Wait, bargains with who? He struck terrible bargains. Who do we know that likes bargains, chat? Who do we know? I wonder. Who do we know? No. We know someone that loves a good bargain.
Is the Empire.
People.
My queen, we loved you. You betrayed us.
This is my fault. No! This was not the deal I made!
Deal. I like deals.
Who are you?
The old gods love deals. N'Zoth makes deals all the time. So did Yogg-Saron. So did Cthulhu. And I'm pretty sure Yisarash would have as well if he was still around. But they like deals. They like bargains. It's interesting that she says here, he made terrible bargains, but with whom? Because who could have been around back then that he could have struck bargains with that would have been anywhere near the power level? Like, you could say, yeah, he made deals with other proto-drakes. All right, but most of the proto-drakes followed the Incarnates anyways, and the only proto-drakes that didn't follow the Incarnates were already becoming normal dragons, part of the Dragonflights. could have struck deals with Titan Keepers, although most of the Titan Keepers were on the side of the dragon aspects. And I also don't think that many of the Titan Keepers would have struck deals. Odin comes to mind. Odin is another one that likes deals. Remember, Odin made a bargain with Muazala, an eye for the ability to see within the Shadowlands. So it could be Odin that they struck deals with. Bwonsamdi, maybe, although I doubt that Bwonsamdi would do that. I don't think Bwonsamdi would make deals with the Primalists. I'd write it like this because there is no shot Khadgar wouldn't have put a hand up and asked the same questions we are asking. True, Mobius. I wish I could be in this conversation because I would have stopped there immediately. Excuse me, Queen of the Dragons, but what deals are you referring to here?
To the true depths of his depravity.
We must not despair. Their war is coming. And while we may not yet have our spectral powers, we can rebuild our unity.
Oh, I'm making the call now, boys. You want to know how they get their power back? Because right now... So, a little bit of backstory is required here. The dragon aspects have a fundamental rule. When Azeroth is in danger, they come together in order to save Azeroth. But when the Dragonflight is in danger, so any given Dragonflight, when they have problems, they have to deal with it themselves. The other the other flights do not interfere in each other's problems. It's your job to take care of your fucking problems. That's just how they've always done it. So they've always sort of worked in a very individualistic way in order to get stuff done, and only come together whenever there is a reason to come together. So very similar to the Horde and the Alliance without the war part of things. That's how this is going to happen. Because you saw that each of the dragon aspects right now is trying on their own to reclaim their power as an aspect. And it isn't working. It's not working because they have to try it together. First, they have to come together. And it's already been spoiled. Fuck, now that I think about it. How did the Oathstone for the Red Dragonflight, how did their Oathstone reactivate? The second the Black Dragon eggs found their place inside inside their incubation part, that's when the Oathstone reactivated. So when all of the dragon aspects were back together in their natural breeding grounds, this is when things started back up again and the Oathstone got its power again. So yeah, the aspects, literally the only way that they're going to get their power back is by standing together. Melina, how you doing? Simping for female streamers had to draw you back to the dark side. Who's simping for female streamers, Abaddon? What are you talking about? But also, they can't come together at the moment because blacks don't have a leader aspect. So sadly, yes. The Black Dragonflight is still in a bit of an issue, shall we say. They still have some problems that they need to sort out. Fuck knows when that will happen, but hopefully soon.
Heal the wounded flights. Embrace our allies. Only together do we stand any chance of victory.
Together.